All right, let's jump right in. We're tackling one of the biggest, most urgent questions out there right now. Is AI coming for our jobs? Seriously, the answer to this could change, well, pretty much everything. I mean, this is the question, right? On one hand, AI promises this incredible future, a huge boost in productivity. But on the other, it threatens to completely flip the job market on its head in ways we've, never even seen before. So, which is it? A promise or a threat?
Well, the thing is, the answer isn't simple at all. It's really a story with two totally different sides. So let's start with the argument that has a lot of people pretty nervous. This idea of AI as the ultimate job destroyer.
Okay, so this is the argument that, for sure, keeps people up at night. The fear here isn't just about a few jobs changing. We're talking about the potential to wipe out entire categories of work on a scale that could literally reshape society as we know it. 300 million. Let that number just sink in for a second. According to a huge report from Goldman Sachs, that's how many full-time jobs AI could potentially displace across the globe. We're not talking about a small shift here. This is a potential seismic event for the entire workforce. For the longest time, we all kind of thought automation was something that threatened jobs on the factory floor, right? But just look at this list. We're talking customer service, admin roles, even entry-level white-collar jobs. AI is now coming for the office jobs, the ones we used to think were totally safe. And look, this isn't just speculation from some random expert. This is a direct quote, a warning from Dario Amodei. He's the CEO of Anthropic, one of the top AI companies in the world. When the people who are actually building this technology start sounding the alarm, well, that tells you something about the sheer scale and speed of what we might be facing. Okay, but that's just one side of the coin, right? The scary side. On the other side of this whole debate is a much, much more optimistic vision. AI not as something that replaces us, but as something that becomes our partner. So, remember that 300 million job loss number? Well, the World Economic Forum projects that AI could help create 170 million new roles by 2030. The core argument here is pretty simple. Historically, technology has always ended up creating more jobs than it destroys. The thinking is, why should this time be any different? Now, this whole optimistic view really hangs on one key idea: augmentation. Think of it like this. The goal isn't to replace people. It's to give us an AI co-pilot. Imagine an assistant that handles all the grunt work, all the repetitive, boring, data-heavy tasks, so that we, the humans, are freed up to focus on what we do best. Things like strategy, real creativity, and solving those tricky, complex problems. And what this does is it completely changes the game for what makes someone a valuable employee. If AI is handling all the routine stuff, then the demand for uniquely human skills just skyrockets. We're talking creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. In this new world, your value isn't just about what you know, it's about how well you can think, how you lead, and how you connect with other people. So, you see the two powerful stories we have here, right? You've got AI, the job destroyer on one side, and AI, the job creator on the other. The reality? Well, as it usually is, it's probably somewhere in the messy middle. We're not looking at an apocalypse, but we're not heading for a utopia either. What we are facing is a massive and incredibly fast transition. Think about it. The Industrial Revolution took generations to unfold. The AI revolution feels like it's happening in just a few years, or maybe even months. And that incredible speed is the real challenge. It's creating a huge gap between the skills people have and the skills companies need. And it brings up a really critical question. Who's actually going to benefit from all this progress? And we're already seeing some worrying signs. Early data from the Bank for International Settlements shows that AI investment is boosting the income of the top 10%, but the income shares for the middle and bottom are actually going down. This is maybe the biggest risk of all, that if we don't have a plan, all the incredible wealth that AI creates will just flow straight to the very top, making inequality even worse. Okay, and this brings us to what might be the most important part of this whole conversation. Because this isn't just something that's happening to us. We actually have a choice in how we navigate this transition. And right now, there are two very different ideas on the table for how to do that. So on one side, you have a path that's all about accelerating innovation and achieving global dominance. The idea here is let's move fast, cut the red tape, and focus on reskilling people to fit into this new AI economy. But then there's a totally different approach. This other path argues that maybe we need to adapt the economy to the worker, not the other way around. This is where you hear big ideas like a 4-day work week or universal basic income, all designed to make sure the benefits of AI are shared by everybody. And proponents of this second, more worker-focused view, like Senator Bernie Sanders, they make the case that, hey, if AI is going to make us all so much more productive, then those gains should be shared. Maybe that means we all work less, not just that we work differently. It really boils down to that fundamental debate. Do we change the worker to fit the economy, or do we change the economy to fit the new reality for workers? And ultimately, this whole thing leads to a question that's way bigger than just technology. It's really a question about what kind of society we want to build. You know, all the old rules about how work, income, and our sense of security are all connected, AI is rewriting them right now. So the question for all of us is, what should the new rules be? Because here's the bottom line. The future of AI isn't written in stone. It's not predetermined. It's going to be built by the choices we make, the policies we support, and the values we decide to prioritize. So the real question isn't, what is AI going to do to us? The real question is, what are we together going to choose to do with it? That choice is ours to make.